This secret recipe, garlic noodles, is all over the internet, but nobody actually has the recipe except for Thanh Long and Crustacean in San Francisco. So we took a shot at it. We think we did figure it out. I don't get this recipe. Tons of garlic, weird ingredients, but it's absolutely fabulous and takes about 10 minutes to make. We're starting with a pound of Asian wheat noodles. You could also use spaghetti or linguine, whatever, probably 12 ounces of that. These wheat noodles have a lot of starch on them, and this sauce doesn't have a lot of liquid, it has a fair amount of butter in it. So we're gonna actually rinse these noodles, which is something we rarely do. Almost. Years ago, I was in Florence back in the 80s taking a cooking class with a guy called Bucciali, who was a fabulous Italian cook. And a woman in the front row kept going on and on about al dente vegetables, al dente this, al dente pasta. He just got furious. He just slammed his hands down on the counter and said, "Madam, in Italy, we always cook our food." He'd had enough about al dente. A little chew's good, but you don't want chewy pasta. So we're gonna reserve a little of the cooking water as we always do. So we'll just let that drain. And meanwhile, melt some butter, some butter.
What are some ambiguous cooking terms for amounts?
The worst is a shallot, which could be like this big or this big. That's useless. A clove of garlic, which can be tiny. In Italy, sometimes they have little tiny cloves, or elephant garlic. And it's also meaningless because it depends on how pungent the garlic is, so that's kind of meaningless. If only I wrote the recipes, they'd be perfect. This is ridiculous. I mean, this is a massive amount of garlic. When we first started working on this recipe and it said mince 12 cloves of garlic or some ridiculous amount, I was going like, I'm out of here. I'm not doing this. And then we made it, and it was really good.
Chris, you were wrong. Admit it.
Okay, No, I've never said I'm wrong. I'm going to make up a theory. My theory is that the butter seems to calm the pungent allicin, the element in garlic that's so strong. And so you definitely get garlic flavor, but it's not sharp and it's not overpowering. You don't really have garlic breath afterwards. So now we're going to do something else that's going to drive you crazy. Maggi seasoning, which is essentially MSG, oyster sauce, which has a ton of umami in it, and a little salt. You don't need much because of the other ingredients. Going to add the noodles at the same time. A couple tablespoons of the water, Parmesan, massive amounts of umami here. By the way, I keep this in my pantry. So a few little drops when no one's looking, really, I know it's not a favorite ingredient these days.
And what we're just tossing and tossing and tossing?
Yeah, when you're tossing pasta, it's like tossing a salad. You got to do it for a while because it takes more than 20 seconds to have a sauce coat the noodles. Okay, I think that's good. I think this is long enough. There you go. So maybe the world's fastest pasta sauce. Look, this is just going to be a mess when I eat. It's going to stick out of my mouth. I'm sorry. This makes no sense. Oyster sauce, Maggi seasoning, tons of garlic, rinse the noodles, tons of butter. No, I don't know why. It's like you do everything wrong and then it comes out perfect and it's delicious. There you go. Simple, weird, delicious.
You're just going to take that to your office?
Yeah.